Okay, hi and welcome to this week's project, coming out on a Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. So we spoke about resins on Wednesday and I said I would do a casting for you, but I was a bit worried I couldn't do something a bit special, so I've been hunting around and got my head together a little bit, and we are going to do something a little bit different today. So I'm going to be using the Alumilite Clear. It is quite a temperamental resin, so there's a lot of procedures go into this one, so it's probably best I explain it. So I've got some stabilised Melibur here. It's stabilised in teal, I think the colour is. I've got Chihola, I think that's how you pronounce it, that's used in aquariums. It's a cactus. I've stabilised that in green. And in the centre here I've got these little sticks. Well, actually I don't need to take those out of there. I've got these, which I bought when I went to a place called Heather Gems, which is in Pitlochry in Scotland. Heather Gems are jewellery makers, and you can buy their jewellery when you go down to their shop, but they also sell these little offcuts and stuff, which is the offcuts from their blocks, because this is obviously heather from the Highlands, and they dye and stabilise it just as we do, and then they cast it in epoxy resin into blocks. And then when you go into the shop, it's got big videos showing you how it's all done. I think there is somewhere on YouTube that also shows it. Maybe try and link that in for you down below so you can see the process of it. And anyway, they cut it down into blocks, and this is like the end bits where the heather's all sticking out, and then they slice the block off into a clear block, and they make like jewellery, necklaces, earrings, all sorts of things. And they sort of inlay this into like silvers and stuff. It's really beautiful stuff, and the technique is pretty beautiful. And well, we're here in the Highlands surrounded by heather, so I'm going to be casting some of these today into just a couple of pen blanks, just really for my own use. You can't sell any of this stuff when you buy it from them. Fair enough, it's their own brand, you know. But anyway, check out, I'll put a link to Heather Gems, the website, so that you can see the jewellery they do. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And also I'll see if I can find the video on YouTube for you. So I'm going to be casting that into some, and I'm going to be using quite an extensive range of colours here. Now this is always, it's always a little bit more daunting when we've got so much. That's why I've stuck to just three blanks, because it keeps the amount of resin that I'm doing down to a minimum. So in with the stabilised green, I'm going to be putting spruce green, forest green and white into there, because when you cut this into pen blanks I think it'll go more woody. I'm not quite sure how green it'll be on the inside, so I think that'll work quite well. And then with the stalks from the Heather Gems, I'm going to be using neon yellow, lime green and vibrant pink in with that. Now these should be actually coloured throughout, so I think that'll make quite an interesting pen blank. And on the end here I'm going to be putting with the stabilised Melibur, I'm going to be doing bright blue, teal, with the Alumilite colour. It's awful messy, this, ocean blue, and I'm going to be adding some white into it, and actually there'll be a drop of white as well. Yeah, must remember that, actually taking the cup out, so there'll be a drop of white goes in there. I'm after a Pacific look obviously for that. So this is what I'm going to be doing today. Now the next bit that I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and put this into the oven. The oven's not in this room. That's not where it stays out in a utility room, so I'm going to go and put that in, and that'll be left for about 15 minutes. It'll be longer than that by the time I get everything ready, and then we shall start measuring out all the resin. Okay, that's us back. So got my little timer here. Get that on ready. These are just ice cube trays. I will use it for any waste, so it'll be cast into other projects. They come out like this. So there, and then they'll be cast into other stuff. So they just need a bit of a sanding off just so they get a grip when you come to recasting them. Got a set of scales here. Now I've actually taken a note of the amounts of resin I roughly need on there. So I am going to start measuring out part A. I'm going to put part B down and out of the way at the minute so that I don't get them confused.
Who am I to say we tried our best? Who am I to say we kept ignoring all our promises? Who am I to say there's nothing left? Who am I to look down? Who am I to say you won the war? When all I did was fight so hard I forgot what I was fighting for. Who am I to save us breaking down? Who am I to turn around? Maybe someday I'll wait for it. Someday I'll look past all the reasons and wrong turns I took. Someday I'll...
Okay, so that's that all stirred up really well. You just have to make sure the colour's really in before you start mixing in part 2. Right, so I'm going to get these ready in a good order because I don't really want to waste too much time. And for easiness, I'm going to empty the part 2 into another container, just so that it's easy enough to pour in, and then whatever's left I can pour back into this bottle after. Let me, yeah, no, just needs to go in. I don't need to weigh it or anything. Might need more in there because the ultimate thing is now it's between 12 minutes is what I've got. So when you're doing a casting like this you need to be really fast.
Someday I'll fight for it better than I fought for you. Who are you to say you changed your mind? You've known it since the winter fell and you've just been biding your time. I won't ask no questions, I'll back down, 'cause I got time and I ain't wasting mine. Maybe someday I'll wait for it. Someday I'll look past all the reasons and wrong turns I took. Someday I'll fight for it better than I fought for you. 'Cause I fought for you. tried our best. Who am I to say we kept ignoring all our promises? Who am I to say there's nothing left? Who am I to look down? Maybe someday I'll wait for it. Someday I'll look past all the reasons and wrong turns I took. Someday I'll fight for it better than I fought for you. Better than I fought for you.
Right, temperature now. Up to 85 already. And we're only 5 minutes in, so it's going to be a quick turnaround. Now once as soon as I pour them, I'll be getting them onto this, and I'll be putting these trays, because I'll be just basically emptying the resin in those, and it will be very quick just over to get it all done. So just so you know, it will just be very quickly done. Now I went slightly over on a couple of these mixtures, so I'm just hoping that when I replaced it with the other parts, the part A again, that I've got it right. Okay, we're up into the early 90s already with this. I am going to go and get the mould. Right, this is really very toasty. It's getting slightly thicker now. Right, we are actually just getting about to temperature. So we're at temperature for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one in. Right. Okay, these will be up to temperature now. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, beyond it. Right. Okay, No point checking the temperature. I know it's going to be above what I want. Oh, that wasn't the plan. Right, I do believe that's it. Okay, so that's about the pressure pot and demoulded. Now I've not cut these up yet because I'm going to be making, I've not cut these up yet because I'm going to be making a couple of pens I think out of them, and that is going to be a video that will come out next week. So there will be 3 videos next week because there will be the next of the series that I'm doing about the equipment, and then there will be a follow-on video at the weekend about that, and then this one making it into a pen will also come out. So I maybe make 2, I'm not quite sure yet, but there'll definitely be 1 pen, and I'm not quite sure which blank's on it, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, keep an eye out. Next video coming in within the next week, and I'm going to be putting it on a new pen kit that I have never used before. So yeah, keep an eye out. Thanks very much for watching.